for you today on how you can take your chess to the next level. Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 essential checkmating patterns, okay? Eventually, a chess game can get down to just the minimum amount of pieces on the board, and you've got to be able to know how to checkmate with only the minimal amount of pieces. Now, first, I'm just going to save you some time and just know this. If all you have is a king versus a king and you just have one other piece, you should know if it's a queen, you can win. If it's a rook, you can win. But if it's a bishop or if it's a knight, sorry to burst your bubble, you can't win. If it's a pawn, you still can win, but only because the pawn can become a queen. But with that being said, today I'm going to cover 3 important checkmates. I'm going to cover queen and king versus king. I'm going to cover king and 2 rooks versus king. And I'm going to cover king and 1 rook versus king. Okay, 3 of the most basic essential checkmates that we all just have to know. The first I'm going to start off with is king and queen versus king. And actually, there are many ways that we can do this. However, I'm going to break this down the same way I've heard from Fun Master Mike into 3 very, very simple, easy steps. Step 1, put your queen a knight hop away from the opponent's king. For example, oops, I have Tron legal moves there. My bad. Boom. Queen d3. The queen is a knight hop away. No, queens cannot move like knights, but if she was a knight, it would be attacking the king. Step 1 completed. Knights hop away. Step 2, Simon says, or copycat. Every single move that black plays with the king, we're going to copy with the queen. Pretty simple. Straight up with the king, no problem. Straight up with the queen. Now, I'm going to explain why we're doing this. I want you to notice that as of right now, with the queen here, she's kind of building a force field, a barrier, a prison around this king. And if you want to do some math with me, you can see that the area of this is 5 by 5. That means 25. Okay? I want you to see that as we do this pattern, the box, the prison, the force field is going to get smaller and smaller, driving their king to the edge of the board where we're going to checkmate. So if they go diagonal down to the right, we go diagonal down to the right. Boom. You go diagonal up to the right. We do the same thing. And we just keep copying this. You go up, we go up. You go diagonal down to the right, we go diagonal down to the right. And we just keep copying this until now. When they get to the corner, put on the sirens, stop. Don't copy anymore. This would be a huge mistake. If you continue to copy as of right now, your opponent is going to put a big smile on their face and cry out, "Stalemate! Thank goodness!" Remember, stalemate means that it is their turn to move, their king is not in check, and they can't move. Because if they were to move anywhere, it would put their king in danger or just be against the rules. That is a stalemate, that is a tie, and we don't want a tie because we're winning. So when they get to the corner, we stop. Now it's super simple. Bring in the king. Ultimately, we want to put our queen here and give checkmate, but she needs a helper, and that's where the king is going to come in. So we come up now, and now the king just has to go back and forth. The king only has 2 safe squares because our queen is covering everything else. And now finally, checkmate. Remember, everybody, this is the easiest checkmate, the most common checkmate that you will ever make in chess, okay? It's when their king is on the edge of the chessboard. It could be on any edge of the chessboard. It doesn't matter. And if you can put your queen directly in front of his face, and the way I think about it is if this was a wall and his back was against the wall like this, that his face would be facing outward, would be facing inward towards the middle of the chessboard. So the way I think about it, his back is against the wall, so he's actually facing out this way, and so the queen's right in front of his face. She's got a protector. It is always checkmate. Always checkmate. Unless they have some sort of weird piece hanging off on the side of the board that can swoop in and take us out, it is always checkmate. So again, 3 easy steps. All you have to do is first make a knight hop away from their king. Second, play Simon Says until they get to the corner. And when they get to the corner, so hold on, just quick review really quick. Knight hop away, step 1. Step 2, copycat, up, up, diagonal, and so forth. We just keep copying until they get to the corner. And as soon as they get to the corner, we stop. We bring in our king. It's super duper easy. You can do this every single time without ever worrying about stalemate, without ever messing it up. Easy peasy. Second checkmate I want to show you. This one is even easier than the other checkmate. This is the Two Rook checkmate, okay? The easiest way to do this is called a Rook Roller checkmate. Here's what I'm going to do with this position. Just to emphasize the point, because you don't even need your king for this one, surprisingly. So I'm going to put, let's see, I'll put this king over in the corner. I'll put these rooks like so, okay? This is the Rook Roller checkmate, okay? Basically, here's what's going to happen. Our rooks are like laser beams aiming down the board. And all we want to do is move this rook, the rook in back, to in front so that it'll create these laser beams here. And then after that, we'll move this rook here from this square to the front up here. Well, it'll create another laser beam. And we'll just keep doing beam after beam after beam, smushing black to the left until they can't go anywhere else. It's super easy. Check, out of check. Here's the laser beams. Check. Here's the laser beams. Gotta go this way. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. Here. Checkmate. It is the easiest checkmate to do in chess. There's only one other thing you have to know about this, is that actually the best defense for black is to charge at our rooks. Like this. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. Here. We're not going to give this check because if we do, we're just going to lose our brother. That's not going to be good. So all you have to remember is this. If they ever come and start attacking your rooks or trying to stop your rooks from going boom, 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 rolling over each other, all you have to do is swing them to the other side of the board. It is so easy. We're going to swing it all the way up there. They're going to come down here to stop us from doing that check. So we swing all the way up here in Rook Roller formation. Notice that I don't want to put them on top of each other like this because now they can't move on over each other like that. I have to at least have them spaced out by one row. That way they can go boom, boom, boom and hit all those squares. Black can try to run up this time. Check, check, checkmate. At worst, you might have to repeat this twice, but otherwise, super duper easy. You roll your rooks on one side. If black comes and stops you, you swing it to the other side, and then you roll some more. You might have to do it one more time, but this is the easiest checkmate in chess, if you ask me. The Rook Roller checkmate, super easy. Now, finally, the final checkmate I want to show you today is how to do this with only one rook. Now, with one rook, this is going to look a lot more like the king and queen checkmate, okay? Here's all you have to remember about this checkmate. We need to get black to the edge of the chessboard. So what I'm going to do, just like with the king and queen, is I'm going to build a box, a prison, a force field around the black king. And anytime I can make it smaller, I will. If I can't, I might move my king somewhere. So let's get up there. We need both these pieces. Let's get up there. Boom. Black's best interest is to not let me come up, and boom. Check this out. Here is the box. Right now, it is gigantic, okay? It is 5 by 6. That's 30 squares, okay? In this case, I am always going to keep my rook below and to the left of this black king. If I break that, then black will escape. So here's black's options right now. One of these 3 squares, okay? Let's say they go to the right. Can I make the box smaller? Yes, I can. Boom. Still keeping the rook below the king and to the right of the king. And you'll notice that now it's 4 by 6. It just went from 30 to 24. And it's already getting smaller. Let's say that they go up this time. Now I want to go here. I want to keep the rook below and to the left. But should I do that right now? No. I'll just take my rook for free. I'm going to need some help. Let's bring in the king. So they wander over here. Boom. Can I make it smaller? Yes, I can. Here. Now we have a little bit of a conundrum. I kind of wish it was black's move, so that black would either have to move here and let me make the square smaller, or run back here and let my king come up and help support my rook to take future squares. But right now it's my turn to move. In this case, I simply want to pass the move, but I can't. So I'm going to just make this little king move that just keeps guarding my rook and says, go ahead, black, your turn. Again, they move to the right. Can I make this square smaller? Yes, I can. Boom. Now it's 3 by 5. Now it's 15. It went from 30 to 24 to 15. It's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. If they had gone up, I would have brought my king up, followed by making the box smaller, 4 by 4, and it would have been 16. Okay? But we'll just do this way for now. Smaller. Can I make it smaller? No. Okay, bring the king in. Can I make it smaller? I could, but that would be going above the king. He would break free now. That's not what I want. So instead, I'm going to move the king again. Now, what's black's options? Boom, boom, and boom. This seems like the best way. Remember, black does not want to go to the edge. Can I make the box smaller? Yes, I can. Rook F5. The rook stays below and to the side. And now we're down to 12. We're going to keep repeating this process. Smaller. Closer. Closer. Smaller. Now listen to me carefully. Kind of like the queen situation, we have got that king down to only 2 squares. Look at me right now, people. Never take away all of their squares so that they only have 1 square left. That would be stalemate. That would ruin all of this, okay? The last thing to remember is this. Now we're going to bring in the king and make the checkmate happen. I recommend going towards the middle area of the chessboard, not towards the edge. If we play this move, please see again, this is stalemate. King takes away here, while the rook takes away here, and it is just totally covered. This is game over. Instead, we come towards the middle. Black's only move is king h7. We come up again. Black goes here, and finally, we can checkmate that king. Do you see how to do it? It's not here. He can still run down. It's here. The rook covers all this. The king covers all this, and this is checkmate, okay? Again, I want to keep these videos pretty short, so I'm going to wrap it up here, but just remember again, please go over these as much as you can and practice doing these. If you go on to chess.com right now and go to puzzles and go to drills and go to checkmates, even if you have a free account, I guarantee you right now you can always practice the top 2 absolutely for free. So you can make a free account on chess.com right now, go to puzzles, go to drills, and you can practice doing 2 rook checkmate against the computer, just like this. Or you can practice doing king and queen checkmate, just like this. And I can practice trying to put the queen a knight's hop away and then all that good stuff, right? You know, just like right here, yeah. So anyway, find a way to keep practicing these things. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please let me know in the comments what you want to see next. If you're on Twitch watching this, then thank you as always. Again, let me know in the comments what you want to see from the next videos, and I promise I will make it happen. I'm actually going to be making 2 videos today since I did fail to make one last night. I stayed up a little bit too late, so I will be making another one later today. Until then, this has gone on way too long. Bye for now.